Hello everyone, my name is Hyper1, and welcome back to another video where I cast your StarCraft 2 replays. This replay was sent in to me by a user on my Discord server. It is a platinum level game on Pride of Alteris Ladder Edition. If you want me to cast your replay, please read the video description. Without further ado, let's introduce the players. In the top left hand corner we have the red Protoss player, TylerJohnson. And in the bottom right hand corner we have the blue Terran player, funkydi. I don't know how to pronounce that, so we're just going to call him Fun. Already, we're starting off with it. I'm sorry, a double supply depot wall-off into a barracks. Alright, this guy has obviously been pretty traumatized on the ladder, and I forgot to change my settings, so we're going to do that. My bad. Anyway, as I was saying, this guy has probably been cheesed one too many times on the ladder, so he's going to start off with the double supply depot wall-off. Into a racks into a yes. My goodness, he's very behind on the supply now. Guys, don't do this. I promise you guys that there is almost no cheese in the game, especially not in this matchup, that this very fast double depot wall off will ever save you in. There are more efficient ways to respond to things like cannon rushes than by walling off the entire goddamn high ground on the main ramp. That worked. That SCV is stuck outside. We gotta bring that back in. Gateway's finished. Double gas and cyber core should be done. Cyber core? Please? Yeah, we're gonna see a cyber core. It could have also been a Nexus. Either one would have been okay as far as I'm concerned. First unit is gonna be a Marine. Gonna be a factory after that. No orbital command. Orbital? Orbital. We have. Okay, there we go. Fun knows what Funky knows what an orbital is, guys. Good job. One thing you can do with these pros is when an SCV is chasing you, you can attack it again, and the SCV will not naturally regenerate its hit points. So after you take 4 hits, you just start running. And you do it until the SCV has to back off, or it dies. Cyber core finished up. What is going to be the tech of choice for our TylerJohnson today? Nexus just went down. We're going to see a Twilight, a Stargate, or a Robo. First unit out is going to be an Adept. Interesting wall off, though. Usually in PvT you don't need to do it unless your opponent is making Hellions. You don't know that he isn't, but a tech lab suggests to me that he is not going to be making Hellions. I mean, fair enough. If you're afraid of the first Reaper showing up and doing damage, crowing out an Adept is not ideal, but certainly not terrible. If it stops you from losing probes, the Reaper, that is. Reaper didn't show up though, so now you're just gonna send. Tyler's just gonna send the Adept across the map, taking that gas really early. Nothing can really mine from it yet. Okay, Stargate it is. So the Stargate for TylerJohnson at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. 3 Marines are gonna be here and a Widow Mine. This is gonna be more than enough to stop the Adept, but is it gonna stop the Shade? Come on, lift the depot. Okay, I don't think you actually want to finish that Shade though, or Tyler's just gonna get a scout off. Good scout! Realizing not to commit to the one Adept seems like a pretty basic decision, but trust me, a lot of people will just Shade in the Adept and then get like 1 or 2 worker kills and immediately lose it. Okay, what I don't necessarily like for Tyler is you're just gonna back off and the Shade. So long as the opponent doesn't force the Adept away, that Shade can just keep coming in and keep getting scouting information. You're not going to see the reactor. I mean, I guess from the number of Marines you saw, I'm pretty sure that Tyler can guess that it was a bio opening? Not really. Oh my god. Why are you walling off the supply? Okay, this guy has definitely been cheesed one too many times on the ladder. Because, oh, Thor! Oh, it's a Thor! I just realized, like, I saw the armory and I thought very little of it until I realized. I didn't even look at the production tab, but there's a Thor here. Probably, Funky should probably pull more than 2 SCVs, because 2 SCVs doesn't repair Thor that quickly. More like 5 is a decent number where your repair actually starts making a difference in these small fights. Marines show up, that Nexus has got to be cancelled. Probe gonna get out of there alive. 3 Adepts. I like 3 Adepts versus 5 Marines. I do not like 4 Adepts versus 5 Marines and a Thor. Oh my goodness, they're falling. Adepts just don't fight stalkers very well. In fact, gateway units, unupgraded gateway units don't. I'm sorry, did I say fight stalkers very well? I meant Thor. Anyway, there is no like gateway unit that is unupgraded. I mean, Zealot, Stalker, Adept, and Sentry unupgraded do not fight Thors. This is so this is a super scary push coming out of Funky. This Void Ray needs to do something. This is the splash damage mode for the Thor, so it actually doesn't hurt. This just tickles. Yeah, like, oh my god. The SCV is doing what they can to keep the Thor like alive for longer. Okay, two Void Rays another Thor showed up. The repair is too strong. Even though it's only two SCVs, the repair is still too strong for this single Void Ray to do anything on its own. Shield battery will be depowered. The probes will have to be pulled. Oh my goodness. And I don't just how in the world does Tyler I don't know that TylerJohnson can even win this game. First, one Thor will go down, but at the cost of this entire mineral line, probes getting like blasted apart. Look at probes flying in this direction. The parting gift. Part of you here, part of you there, part of you way over on the ground. That's a reference you don't have to understand. It's a stupid one. But this Thor is not doing a whole lot of damage. So if you can at least kill the Thor, then the Marines are easier to clean up. If you can kill the Thor, the Marines on their own are very simple to clean up. You just need a couple gateway units, but the Thor poses a huge problem to anything on the ground that Tyler can make right now. 3 Void Rays, you got it. Okay, it's in the actual, like, hard-hitting, single target anti-air mode now. Still, I think 3 Void Rays was the time that you gotta go. You need, honestly, like, they're not the best right now, but you need to make, Tyler, you gotta make a gateway unit of some sort. Okay, we're just gonna go back home? I mean, Funky's destroying Tyler, but Funky's just gonna head back home. And make 2 more barracks. What the hell is this? Funky, you had one job while I wasn't looking, and you used your money and time to make a giant depot wall in your main base. Okay. Natural expansion for Funky. 3 Void Rays gonna come over here, see what damage they can do. Another Void Ray. Gonna not be rallying anywhere. Fun fact, you can rally your Stargate onto a... Fun fact, you can rally your production buildings onto a unit that you already have. Just right click on it, and the rally will automatically follow those units. So you can call your Void Rays, you follow the other Void Rays the second they pop out. I know we're just gonna F2 remove. Cannon, okay, cannons back here don't actually protect anything. They either need to be in the, like, over here to zone out the air units, or they need to be out front to cover the ramp. But when they're back here, they don't actually do anything. Oh my god. This is the dumbest way to lose supply depots to Void Rays. Okay, Widow Mine. Don't want to let it connect on your units. 3 Thors, all the hard-hitting, single, high-impact payload. These Void Rays are gonna go over the natural to get something done instead. These Thors, this army, Thors and unupgraded Marines don't move very quickly, so the Void Rays can fly around and get some more damage done. But of course they have a lot of range. You gotta get out of here, dude. Void Rays will get out. 28 probes is very oversaturated. You gotta take another base. Take 2 more bases, in fact. You can take 2 more bases, and like your opponent probably shows up and only kills 1 of them, if at all. I'm banking so much money, but not doing anything with it. Tyler actually with a massive economy lead right now, more than doubling his opponent's worker count. But it's not actually, it doesn't actually mean anything because those probes can't mine at another base yet. Okay, double Cybercore for upgrades, I like it. Fleet Beacon, what are we gonna make? We're gonna make Tempest or Carriers? Or are we just gonna make a Fleet Beacon for the upgrade? We shall see. Their base, 1/3 of the way done. Starport, and gonna be 2 reactor starports. Presumably for Vikings. Or Medivacs. This is supposed to be bio, except there's 3 barracks with reactors, so you can't research STEM, can't research combat shields, so these Marines are just gonna suck. +1 air and ground weapons on the way for TylerJohnson, as well as flux range, which just started up. +1 air armor as well. +1 infantry attack will be done for Marines, as well as +1 ship weapons, about a third of the way done. Upgraded Marines are good and all, but they still don't, like, +1 weapons for your Marines is great and all, but you don't have stim and you don't have combat shields, you really need to get on that. We're making Widow Mines out of a tech lab factory. We're gonna make Widow Mines, swap them barracks, research stim, land the factory on the reactor, and then you can make Widow Mines. But instead we're doing this super inefficient Widow Mine out of a tech lab factory build. Oh my goodness. So far, it looks like the fleet beacon is only being used for upgrades, not going to make carriers or Tempest. Not that I would really make Tempest or carriers against this army comp. Tempest definitely not. Carriers will deal with carriers sort of fight Marines okay if they're unupgraded. Thors. It depends on if the Thors are microed or not. Oh god, go in there, you can snipe these 2 Thors. Only taking shield damage so far, that's good. Fourth base, halfway done for TylerJohnson. Third base, almost done for Funky. My goodness. That's a lot of oversaturation. Gotta pull it over here. Okay, so just as I predicted, it's Vikings, and now there's 8 of them. Adept ball over here, not upgraded. One. Okay, all the armory upgrades are level 1, and +1/1 for infantry is done. Oh my god, what the? What is this? What is this? I see got 3 robos, and they're not in the middle. If you build a robo in the middle, I would have facepalmed, because that means the robo units can't come out. You could make a warp prism and an observer, but disruptor, immortal, and colossus. Disruptors, immortals, and colossi would not be able to get out. Okay, we're back to normal saturation, and this one is still oversaturated. You got, okay, and you got 2 bases with almost 8 extra workers each. Take another base. Honestly, at this point, you could totally take the gold base, because you got map control. And your opponent's probably, like, this is technically the main push path until your opponent destroys that, so taking the gold base would not necessarily be such a bad idea. +1 air, +2 air weapons, 2/3 of the way done, +2 air armor, halfway done, +2 shields is almost done, and we're still making Thor Viking. Tech labs coming down. I don't think you have the income to support this. There are so many Widow Mines and supply depots over here. This is the weirdest way to defend your supply depots that I've ever seen. Just build them on the edge and they won't get destroyed. Why is this? Why does this wall even exist? So many questions, but I don't get to ask them ever. We'll never be able to ask these players what is going through their mind when they build a supply depot wall like that. Okay, Marine Thor Viking ball moving out. We still don't have stim or combat shields. Okay, structures, 3 barracks, and still all 3 are reactor barracks. Okay, we're breaking that down. TylerJohnson gonna seize the army, but is gonna come in here with these void rays while they're gone. Oh no, that's a lot of Widow Mines. Oh my god. That's a lot of damage. Not gonna lie. And if you sit there long enough, these Widow Mines will all get another shot off. God, you gotta get out of there. Oh my god. You're okay. Why don't recall, like, fly out? your Void Rays are faster than anything that Terran has that can fly, except for Cloak Banshees. But Cloak Banshees don't shoot up, and also Medivacs don't shoot at all. So just fly out of the. Don't recall. Just fly out of there, and then you can recall if you really want to. But just recalling into your opponent's face like that is asking to get more shots on your face. Big fight. Vikings not being microed. Honestly, I expected that much from Funky. I expected Funky to not micro at all. Not that the interceptors are all gone, it doesn't matter that they're not microing. Vikings will be landed for some reason. I mean, I guess carriers and motherships show up. What the hell is going on? I can't tell. Immortal. All I know is that the Immortals, everything's cloaked, and the mothership's going down, but not before everything that Terran has dies. Okay, mothership dies, but all of the Terran units are dead. And that was a slightly unfavorable trade for Funky, I think. Tyler still on an amazing economy. Pulled the 6 extra workers off of the 4th base. Still did not pull the 8 extra workers off the Nashville. But that's sort of okay because his economy is still a lot better. So it's not going to hurt him too much, but it is something that he can work on. Upgrades. Another mothership on the way. +3 air weapons being researched, as well as +3 shields. No sign of +3 armor. And +2 infantry attack, +2 ground vehicle weapons, and +2 vehicle armor was already researched a bit. But these Marines are not pulling their weight. Marines without standard combat shields do not scale at all, guys. They just don't. And now we're gonna come in here with this weird ragtag army of a mortal carrier. And okay, Funky's gonna tap out, and at 16 minutes and 49 seconds, TylerJohnson will be your winner for this game. Not gonna lie, I thought TylerJohnson, like some of these guys occasionally do send in replays where they lose. TylerJohnson hasn't sent in one of those yet, I think. But I was very surprised to see that TylerJohnson, like that door push happened, and I thought he was just dead. But then I realized this game probably has to last a bit longer for him to send it in for a normal casting episode like this. So something, I knew that the game had to go on for longer, but anyway, TylerJohnson trading much more efficiently in that game because, I don't know what that fight was. Yikes. If I was this Terran player, honestly, I'm not even going to bother giving advice to this Terran player because, I don't want to I don't want to be too mean, but what is, we're not making stim, we're not making combat shields, and what is this weird depot placement? I'm not even going to get started, like, don't get me started on that. And as for Tyler, good job. You beat a guy who had no clue what he was doing as far as I can tell. Please don't, you don't need, this is a weird building clump up. Imagine like one drop could just kill all these buildings. But hey, it didn't happen, so good job. And next time, maybe spread your buildings out a bit more. I mean, I don't know if this is good or bad. I don't know enough to tell you if this is good or bad or not. All I know is that if your opponent came in with a drop, all of the tech could be in grave danger at the same time. So maybe don't put all your eggs in one basket. Literally, is what I'm saying right now. Anyway, interesting game. Definitely an interesting Terran player. You're a disgrace to all Terran mains. I'm sorry, I can't English. A disgrace to Terran mains everywhere. Making a full wall like that, and then making a wall that doesn't actually wall anything, and just letting it be destroyed by Void Rays. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself before I rant too much more. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. My name's Hyper1, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.